welcome back to my channel. I am here today to teach you guys how to make your wall 100 times more bougie than it is now. So story time really quick before I tell you exactly what we are doing. Originally, I have just like an area of my house that I don't really like because it's just no matter which way I move things or I organize it, it just doesn't end up going or looking the way that I want. So I just got tired of that area. But the area is a very common area in my house, and it's an area where a lot of people come and a lot of people see, and a place that I'm at a lot. So I was tired of dealing with the mediocrity. So I was like, let me figure something out. I could have either painted it, added some wallpaper, done some other crazy stuff. But one day I was searching and I saw a woman. She had a really cool background. So I basically did something similar to what she did, and it came out looking really good. So I wanted to teach you guys how to do the same thing in your house if you guys have like a wall or an area that you don't like. Also, you guys can do it just to have like a regular wall. My sister loved the idea and she wanted the same exact thing in her house so that she can have an Instagram wall. So with that being said, my friends, my fellow YouTubers, I am going to show you guys what we're talking about now. But this is what the wall looks like now. I'll input the picture right there. Yes, that is what the wall looks like. It is a Louis Vuitton wall, you guys. Doesn't it look so good? So what you are going to need for this project is number one, cardboard. Okay, you're gonna need cardboard and a Sharpie. This is like extra cardboard that I got like a bunch of packages in the mail, and I just cut them to size. What I did first is I got a projector. I had a projector at home originally, so I didn't have to go out and buy one. This one right here is super cheap. It's like somewhere between 20 to 30 bucks. They even have cheaper ones, but you want something that has at least a little bit of good quality. Anyways, I got the print. I just searched up Louis Vuitton print, enlarged it on the projector, and then I traced it. If you are going to make this, try to plan it out when you know you're about to get a package so that you have cardboard and you're not paying for cardboard, because then your wall is going to be super bougie but super cheap. After you do all of that, I cut it out obviously, and I will literally show you what it looked like when I cut it out.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
I know, doesn't it? It was so frustrating. The cutting was probably the worst part about this whole process, was just because the cutters that I had at home were not going deep enough. The ones that were easy to use were not the ones that were going deep enough, because you need to make sure it goes through the pieces of cardboard. It just wasn't thick enough and it wasn't going through. So the one that was the hardest to use was the one that was actually going through, and I had to like keep going through. This is a piece that I did. After cutting it out, I went out and I bought green spray paint, and I spray painted the pieces. I went to the store, I bought this spray paint. It is Rust-Oleum Universal Advanced Formula, paint and primer in one for any surface, and I used Gloss Meadow Green. And I basically just took it outside and I just spray painted these bad boys. This is what it looks like when you're done. The reason why this one looks crinkly crumpled is because I asked for help on one of them, and this is what I get when I asked for help. This is why I can't ask for help when you want something to look really nice, okay? But because the shrubbery is going to go on the pieces, you won't really see the crumples or the crinkles or whatever it's called. So I'm not too worried. So After you cut it, you are going to take the shrubbery. This shrubbery I got from Amazon. It was a little bit expensive, but it comes with a lot of shrubs. So if you have other projects that you want to do, you definitely could. Or even if you have a bigger wall, it'll do a lot of pieces for a bigger wall. These are the pieces, by the way. So I have the Louis Vuitton piece. I have this piece, and I got this bad boy. So it goes here. This is what it'll look like, and I know it doesn't look perfect yet, but once I have it on the wall, I trimmed the shrubbery to exactly the way I wanted it to be. This side of the shrubbery, it's the regular leaves and stuff, and then on the back it looks like this, so it makes it easier to cut. And you just basically take your pattern, you put it on the back, and you just cut around it. Regular, easy, standard stuff. You have a perfect piece. I'm gonna just show you how I cut it. So I make sure that I'm pressing down on the cardboard, and I'm just gonna go around.
And on we'll go.
Okay, so are you ready to see? So I like to continue to hold the pieces down, and just like so. And then this piece also comes off. I'm just going to grab the middle out of there, which now I have a perfect one of the pieces, the other pieces, as you can see from just the middle of this. So you are using shrubbery and don't have to cut a whole lot. And then you have the one that you cut. And it's okay if like you see right here, I didn't cut perfect, some fell off. It's like this, but because there's so much shrubbery that falls off, it's so easy to just super glue it and put some right there. So once you have the shrubbery, my friends, you are going to take your hot glue gun and hot glue the shrubbery onto the piece of cardboard. I will show right here what you do. First, I am going to remove everything that I can basically kill myself with. Hot glue gun. And then while that's heating up, I'm gonna get my life in order.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
So the shrubbery, as we have seen already, has the backing like this, right? So what you want to do when you're adding on pieces is, as you can see, this is the backing that I was talking about. This is the shrubbery. The shrubbery connects like this. What you should do is you should cut the pieces from here because they spin. On this thing, they spin around. So for you to ensure that they're not going to spin around on here once you put it up, you can just cut right along that edge and take it off from the backing, and then you still have a perfect little bush, shrub, and a nice base so that you can put them on your cardboard. Once you do that, you are going to take your shrubbery and your two pieces, let it dry and stuff, make sure it's dry, and you are going to position it to the wall. I again used my projector to make sure that I had the positioning correct on my wall because I wanted to make sure it was 100% good. This is the projector that I have. This is what I do when I'm trying to align exactly how I want the pieces to be. The projector pieces are on there. Once it's finally on the wall, I was then able to go around the shrubbery and trim it to my liking. It's optional if you want to do it, but to be honest with you, it made it look so much more clean. The way I got it onto my walls, I used little nails. I wanted to make sure they were really in the wall and they weren't going to go anywhere, but I didn't want to, you know, mess up the wall too much. So I used little nails on the top and the bottom of the pieces, and it stayed in securely. It's not heavy at all, so it holds pretty well, and it looks really, 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 really good because you have the contrast of the meadow glossy green and then the shrubbery, which is also mixed with like dark and light green, your house pops out so much more. It looks so much more lively. Anytime you throw a splash of green or plants in the mix of your aesthetic of your home, it makes it look so much more better than it does. And that is how I made my beautiful Louis Vuitton wall that I've always never knew I wanted, but once I had it, it was the best thing. Every time I even look at it, or every time I have someone new come to my house, I always take them to that area so that I could like finesse my wall, even though it really didn't cost me a lot. It did cost me a lot in labor. It does take a cool minute to cut out those pieces on the cardboard, but if you have the proper tools, which I didn't, you would be in better shape than me and it won't take as long. But regardless, it is a project that every single day when I look at it, I'm really happy that I did it and I made it and I have it and it's in my possession. Which is why I'm bringing it to you so that you can, you know, get the Instagram wall that you've always wanted, or just fill up that space that you didn't like before. Anyways, if you want to see more videos like this, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, it's still the red button. It's still the red button right there. Also, if you make this at home or you have your own revision or whatever you choose to do, let me know. Show me, tell me, let me know down below. Let me know your feedback. I would love to hear it. Anyways, I will see you in the next video. Amazing, amazing, amazing.